Good day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Dreamland with Sensei Al Bob. It's a beautiful day, and Martin Young, good boy. Thanks for being here, buddy. Where you at, and how's it doing there? It's doing pretty good here. I want to first off thank everyone for donating what they could to PayPal. I appreciate that. I'm still looking or trying to navigate things, but lots of people have YouTube channels and they have staffs, to run everything. I have no idea, and I really only have one access place to. Let's see, I've been amazing day here. Walk 15 miles. Great. West coast of Wales. Oh, Wales is a beautiful country. Scotland and Wales are some of my favorite places because when I'm there, or when I was there, I felt like I wasn't in England. I felt like I was in a magical land. Very similar to being in Ireland. Dublin is like a magical land compared to the rest of the country. And then each little county are like different countries. It's that kind of bard slash druidic energy is truly amazing. Yep. And that kind of goes to what I was thinking of talking about, in that what we think is history, no. It's not even close. It's usually rural. The nearest town is 50 miles away, kind of like where I am at, right? And I would say that, it's interesting. The United States is a beautiful continent. The United States are part of North America, but it has been so raped, so abused, so, the indigenous people, 600 million of them, talk about a Holocaust. And then slavery was brought here, and now, in Europe, they kind of had slavery, serfdom. But, the Duke, the Earl kind of had to keep everyone somewhat happy. And every now and then, when things got really bad, they would have a holiday where everybody's debts were forgiven and people moved on. And usually the person who owed the most was the king, because these wars that they had to pay for. Anyway, and those wars were never about, national security, just like our wars were never about national security. So it's a beautiful day. It's everything it should be. And I love you all. These days of war and conflict and plague and environmental catastrophe and industrial catastrophe and economic catastrophe, same as it ever was. The real deal, Martin, in your neighborhood, are there a group of people that you could call a community, that you could do things together to help not only yourselves but the people around you? And that's kind of what the bard and druidic tradition was. It was not about just me, it's all about me. No. So do I live in a cabin in the woods? Well, yeah, I have boxes. I didn't, to build a cabin. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of tools, to like cut down the trees and get them ready. I have built my cabins, but they're pretty labor intensive, right? Now, to build a house is labor and economic intensive. But to just kind of build a box, sitting on cinder blocks, is, relatively inexpensive. So I have that. And when it gets warmer, I basically am outside. I have those, what do you call them? Bug tents. It's a pretty big space and it's kind of bright and it's got a nice rainy proof roof and maybe walls a little bit. But you just throw plastic over that, and then you're all good from the rain. And then you have a tarp over that, and you're really good from the rain. So that's kind of how I am. Cadillac camping is what I am, and I've had this site for a long time until I turned it over to people, so it couldn't get taken away from me. And so when I first got it, I kind of sculpted the site where I was going to build a house and a cabin and this and that. And then I never got around to it. And then I died. And then I, basically, slimmed down everything, me and my lifestyle. So that's kind of where I'm at. Small hamlets and farms. Yeah, so I have a kind of simplistic life, and I have loads of people over in North America I can go visit if I want to complicate things more, because they always want me to come and help them organize this or do that or strategize or whatever. And, I do that, but, I've slowed down a lot, and, I look pretty good, but, like this morning, everything hurt, everything ached. I was, gardening yesterday. So I was, I'm building a greenhouse with this stuff I had left over from other projects, nothing, because I really couldn't buy anything. But I had, look, a roll of plastic. Oh, look at this, some fencing. Oh, look at this. So I go through my magic boxes and I always find that thing I need. My hoses start spreaking leaks, so I found a really good roll of duct tape. Anyway, so I always have whatever I need. It's kind of how it works out. And if we can, and that's all it takes is intent. And that's what we need to kind of figure out, right? Does anyone know how to get money from your PayPal account to your bank? I kind of had a friend set my PayPal up for me, and they moved away. They were my internet guru, and I have my bank hooked up to it, but it's not automatic. I have to say send. And as you guys have sent me things, I only have one place I can get online, and so I don't do it every day or every twice a day or look at it all the time. So, like the last time I asked for some cash, people were very generous, and I have to thank you all. You're just my heart. I feel everything that is there. It's there, but I can only, through my limited understanding of PayPal, can only set that first amount. I mean, if somebody in one day, I get 3 or 4 people to send me something, that first amount I can send. But then when I try to send the others, it won't, no matter what I look on every, oh, look at this, look at that, it's like I'm missing something. I'm not quite understanding. But it's in my PayPal account, and it'll stay there forever. And so I'll figure it out. It's not like going away. It's not like you can't use it. I just, at the moment, can't quite get at it. And so and Mr. PayPal is probably using it. PayPal paid interest on that. But anyway, they don't. And that's the way it goes. And so if anyone knows that, you could, and anybody who wants to talk to me personally, mano y mano, go to the dude awake 42 at Gmail, and then we can have a because the stuff here on the live chat kind of goes out to everybody. But if anybody wants to talk about anything, I'm always here for you guys, right? And the live chat, if you want to talk about a thing, what they want to play, they want to go out, they want to interact with their master, and that's, and you as your master basically become your dog's, your dog is the master and you are the puppy. Bid, reg, bundle of dog. What's BRB stand for? I don't know. But if you got to walk the dog, go walk the dog. And I was just 30 my time. I have some errands I want to do, and I'll kind of cruise by this neck of the woods. Martin, I'll be back at around 4 o'clock. I'm going to sign off now and go run some errands and then come back. Okay? So, everybody, I'm going to be back. And if anyone knows the secret mojo on how to get stuff hanging in your PayPal account into your other account or get at it, send me a little message at the dude awake 42 at Gmail. And hey, Divine Fish. So like I said, I'm about to bop off here, and I will be back at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, America. Okay, between 4 and 4:30. Okay, so I'm gonna pop up. Fish, good to see you. See if you can get back. Everyone, go tell somebody to join the show, and think about what you want to talk about. Because all the stuff we're being exposed to right now is that they just want to rebrand the same old Sam. It's like we're in the Byzantine Empire. This is exactly what happened to the Byzantine Empire. So go look up Byzantine Empire, and we can talk about it, or I'll tell you stories about it, or I'll tell you other stories. So I'll catch you later, and I love you. And so between 4 and 4:30, I'm coming back. So look to hear from you.